choosing the T side start, something that I'm interested to observe. Let's get into the action, and I'm just double checking. Yes, okay, so they were given the choice. They opted for the T side, and previously we saw Heroic find 14 rounds on theirs. So starting on the attack.
Let's see what they've got for us here. It's basically, to me, I know how Heroic can perform on this, and I don't put Big in the category yet of a team that can push them. However, maybe some time has been invested into this, maybe not. For now, the investment is onto the bomb plant, and it's a quick one. They kept those Glocks looking
got the retake
deadly.
smoke.
Let's
No
see how
kit,
well
though.
that goes in, because tabseN aggressed slightly, staying very present on the site itself. And there's that smoke going to be set into motion.
Yeah, it's just too easy for tabseN. Sticking around this smoke, he wants another duel, and not going to get it just yet. Nico does well to find one. Running out of chances here, and Nikito does go down. They have to get on the bomb now and have to be holding it. They force them off, and that's the round one. Nice shots from Cadian, albeit redundant.
Okay.
Well, I suppose Big choosing the T side, thinking it can't go worse than last time, which is probably going to be the case after picking up that pistol round. If they convert here against the force buy of Heroic that we see coming on through, led by the scout of Cadian, the Deagles are in the mix as well. If they can pick this one up here, Big, they are looking to equal their score from just the other day. So little steps, baby steps.
I mean, you talk mental. Let's just touch on it very briefly. I'm sure if it does become a factor, we can lean into it more. But let's say they get run over first couple of rounds. They've just had a horrible end to the previous game. This was the one map they felt they could depend upon. If they do continue to struggle, it does feel pretty bad. But that's yet to fully come through. That is yet to be there.
Yeah, and one of the other factors from last time these two teams met was they lost the 3-1vx situations, which went down. So losing those in a 16-2, it's not as key as if you were losing in, say, like a 16-14. Yeah. But still a rough way to go on a map that... Oh, nice nade. Good damage done to tabseN there. 3 over on the A side of things for Heroic here, so they will be able to stand and fight against this one.
There's one thing that I will highlight about Heroic CT side is that their util on ramp, very, very well coordinated and pre-prepared. He's only got a scout. It's not going to do much. They have got Galils as well. Smoke to be deployed now by Keto. Same on the other side from syrsoN. So that does indicate that they might be trying to take some space, but it's all smoke and mirrors. They're actually heading back to B. Am I tripping?
CTs are going.
Am I tripping? I just looked at the mini. Okay, so the mini-map just confused the Shazam out of me. Either way, bombs dropped.
Oh, this is getting a bit weird now because we've got 30 seconds now. All the CTs are going to come back.
Oh my God,
and
no one
Tessus is allowed freedom to do that? Oh dear, that's a fumble and a half. Yes, they still have 3 players for the T's, but now they were expecting a post plant. And now they have to retake the site against Tessus, who's not allowing it. Yes, the performance before on Mirage was good. This is better. syrsoN is just, just have a lay down.
What can you do about that? No one protecting.
The guy planting, maybe.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Help him out a bit.
Always a good step.
A key is now Lils are picked up, Orgs purchased on through, Mac 10 carried across, MP9 bought on as well, and well, the force buy from Big. So it started well, but it's gone oh so wrong, oh so quickly. As if they can't have any bite to this force buy here, Heroic might just do exactly what they did the other day, but on the CT side. Ramp smoke coming in from Nico off of the beam. Tizian straight out middle here, so relatively quick on this. We'll be able to punish any rotations. Ooh, he's very fast.
Yeah, he is. Now, if you've got this much space with a Deagle, you might be able to implement this with something more, but it's tabseN to find Nico. And if this kill came in, there might be a problem. Yes, suddenly there's a little bit of an avenue opening. However, B does have 2 players there, so if they decide to go that way, they could be in the blender.
Oh, that's a really important shot to have. Doesn't get them both. That's the bomb spotted, so now the rotation is coming in. Xantares is committing up towards A. He fires off his shot. It's enough to buy time. Oh, more than time. He's bought himself a round. Gets the head off down. Xantares continuing to keep Borup guessing. They don't have to rush this. It's nice to see the change of pace. Good communication. Borup actually guarding the weapon, if anything else. If not anything else. They are crossing to B, and he's hedged his bets correctly.
Very winnable for Borup here.
It is. You're absolutely right. And I can't help but feel, yeah, this makes a lot more sense. Xantares, bomb plant responsibilities, the full health Keto with the AUG to God. So they get their spacing set up. Borup sets up his hold.
Oh.
No, messy on the first, but the fact he gets it cleanly enough means that it's 1v1. Oh, Jiggles for the info. Borup's playing this very well. Keto has to have a degree of precision here. No helmet. That Galil will pop his tomato head. Not to be. Keto gets it. And that is a big clan win, converting with dire economical straits.
Force by Wars are on here today.
No Star Wars quotes?
No Star Wars quotes. I just didn't like them.
Oh, I like the fun though, Chad. Don't let me dissuade you from fun.
There's no fun anymore, Lauren.
Oh.
18 more days.
Yeah, but hey, look. We could see some beautiful things.
Yeah, Keto buying into the Galil late there, so interesting approach here as the Force Bow will come out for Heroic as well. And 4 up, Famus as well, and Deagles. Let's see if they can bounce back. The back and forth affair, someone needs to string 2 in a row before one team will likely concede. Sirison very close to going down to Tessus here. As he jumps on up, Tessus will be able to spot the top of his head. Deagle to punish. Ooh,
I love that. Sirison checking on it. We saw in the previous matchup how vital and critical that deeper position can be, but slightly better handled there, but still does obviously cost one their life. Now, a 1-for-1 trade out. Nico trying to stay present. Quite dangerous now for Tabson. Too many angles to somewhat keep safe himself, and Stown's starting to get curious too. Yeah, so Stown's my win condition. There's only one way in which Heroic win this, and it's certainly not through Cadian, not anymore. But Stown. He's got a lot of info. He gets the frag as well. Nico winning the duel onto Tabson. This really does become problematic. The Germans now charging in towards the B side. It's wide open. Borup, hearing this, starting to rotate back in, but the bomb will be planted. His nade looks very promising. Boom. Zentara is tagged to 58.
Have 2 smokes to work with on this retake.
Oh. This is important duel. Very important duel, and a nice jiggle from Stown. Keto doesn't have to take this fight, but just by confirming the information, Zentares trying to deal with a lot here. Only 1 from Keto. Zentares has to clutch. He knows where they're coming from.
No kit.
Down. Gets the first, can't transfer. You're right, no kit. Has he got time? I think he does. Oh, no.
No. That was close, though.
Well, Big have strung 2 in a row right now, but everybody went down. So I'm curious to see with this saved Org, if we do see another buy coming out of Heroic. It wouldn't be advisable. They should take the save. But maybe they'll want to force again, knowing that Big are not very proficient on this map of Vertigo. They're actually 3 losses on the trot, one of which is to Ago, I believe. And Big are actually taking the timeout. So they've got away with that one. We'll need to talk through their options here. They can purchase no dramas. Tabs and Sirison able to buy with ease. And Taras is in the same boat. Keto and Tizian have some decisions to make. Do they want to go for Galils? Keto can go for the AK-47 with armor. Tizian could go down towards a MAC-10 or something if they want to be a little bit more pacey. And Heroic, they have a conversation to have as well. Next round will be $2,400 loss bonus coming on through. When you consider how much money that's going to be in their bank balance, the majority of them are just going to be working with a little bit over 4K or in the upper end of the 4K mark. And they will be taking the save. Cadian's bought in with a flash. See if he can set up Borup for a kill here, who still has a smoke. Not purchasing anything in this round is Stown and Tessus just yet, but Nico has a P250, and it looks like that'll be the case. 3 USPs, a P250, and an AUG going up against 2 Galils, 2 MAC-10s, and an AK. And a fight straight away.
Yes, oh. Well, there goes the big threat that was all built up. We were talking it up like, you know, the potential of Cadian flash. Nah. It go.
And that should be the round as well.
Yeah.
You know, just these USPs left.
Oh, it might be nice
in the back line.
For the money of this, that could be lovely.
Oh, insta-dink, insta-dead. And now they know that there is a P250 and a MAC-10 over towards the A side of things. Should be able to deal with this quite handedly. Big should be going up to 4 rounds with not too many dramas, and they even have a free upgrade from Sirison's MAC-10 into that AUG. So things are looking pretty good for Big here. They've doubled the amount of rounds they got against Heroic last time.
Yeah, and this just makes me want to play Vertigo, if I'm completely honest with you. I really fancy a couple of games. Every time I watch this, I learn a couple new things. Do you know the weird thing is how close you are, even through the walls, like of how much this map is actually very, very close by, and all the different like smokes. And
yeah, the Z-axis in particular does contribute
It's interesting, isn't it? I do like it. Fancy some games tonight, do you think? Ooh.
We tried to play a lot of this when it first came out, and there were so many updates. Yeah, there were so many updates just chopping and changing with this map. And
why is this so costly?
Well, it's all right, Lauren.
I don't like it, though.
Well, Heroic are probably going to win this map, so I know that they're 4-1 down. I'm not going to get excited until I see big post-double digits here. I wonder if that AK's gone off the map.
It did have a bit of a...
Ooh, unable to get there. So Galil's held on to, but you're right, the damage done. tabseN will have to be dropped across one of these Galils right here. Probably from Tizian, who can reinvest in an AK himself. Oh, he's actually just let tabseN buy his own Galil. No, wait, Keto did it. Never mind. Just that little exchange right there as the buy will come out for Heroic. It's about time. No defuse kit in play for them. Only rocking with 2 Molotovs. Smokes, though, prioritized. Light on HEs as well. Just one of those in the mix here. Is back over towards a big Trundle.
Certainly looking good this round for Heroic. Getting that opening kill certainly helps. Now, with Stound's active fight here, it does seem like there's a timer on Keto. At least getting some involvement in the round. This is the duel.
Oh, Stound's definitely got his number. Surely seen the barrel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I thought he saw the barrel the way he was approaching it, but Borup trades it back in. But now here comes the hit from short. tabseN's success should put pressure on Cadian. Fancy's getting aggressive. Nico just completely ignored the fact that Searson's there with an AWP, but he still tries to find the fight on short, and he gets what he wants, but loses it. What a weird round this is.
Trades across the board, however.
Yeah, don't forget the bomb wasn't there.
True.
Now, likely are going to stay as a pair, I'd assume, from the CTs. So tabseN has that advantage in the sense that they might push for info together. Saying that, Caden's already got his knife out. Borup's on his way as well. So I don't know if the timing favors him here. Yeah, Caden's already over there. This is not going to be fun. This is not going to be fun at all. Construction molly. It's kind of cool. Oh, I like the attempt. Jumping up. Borup with the AWP low as well. 1 bullet, needed 2. So, Heroic fending their second frag, and I will remind everyone that started with a Cadian mid-AWP aggression. We've seen a couple of players go for it. This is the frag I'm referring to. Nico Molotov now out of position, still standing his ground. This was the trade Cadian found. It wasn't necessarily onto the same, but on the take.
That damage you were talking about previously, Lauren, is going to come back to bite big now. As you can see, there's not enough money for all their individuals to buy. They've dropped guns across and they've opted for a different approach. Quick Molotov, Cadian with another mid-pick as Tizian jumps into his arms, and that's one of the AKs immediately taken out. Yeah,
they can still come in, though. And Keto finding Borup, but just a Desert Eagle. He's made it work. Now tabseN boosted up and finds 2. They've only got, what, pistols into this one? A bit of armor? And now, AWPs, AKs, the whole shebang. It's worked out wonderfully. Tessus in jeopardy. He's being flanked. Searson's the one to find him. Big Clan are making a bit of a show here.
All right, Big Clan. Let's see how far you can keep taking this, because you know what? I like the concept and the idea of how big have potentially progressed on this map. Can this also
Same story we had for Fnatic, right?
Exactly. Does it get added to the map pool now? Obviously, I'd say Heroic still stand with one of the earlier teams to adopt this, and we've had the Vitalities, the G2s, now not looking so untouchable. But I don't know about Big yet. This is still very early, and it's been a weird, shaky sort of affair, so I wouldn't say it looks as clear-cut. But they are going to be 5 rounds to the, you know, the advantage here, whichever way you want to look at it. Keto does go down. They're all fumbling in and filing in, but they do get the gun away from Stound. So, Big, round on the board, money, that can be shuffled through. They'll be okay. And on the other side, this looks like it's going to be another one potentially for Big after this.
I can't believe he found that. I'd love to know what it looked like from Borup's perspective. I always find these Z-axis battles really interesting just because of how visible you are and how, I mean, theoretically, Borup shouldn't have been able to see anything because you could only see his toes, right? The camera's not pitched on his shoes, but I don't know how it actually works out. How low is the camera on the right-hand side of your model? I don't have the answers. It is only pistols, and by pistols I mean USPs, a P250 and a flashbang. They've spent a grand total of $500 on this round.
Oh, we have this eco from Heroic. Let's reflect on the Vertigo results for Big since coming back from the break. Now, their first game back from the break was against Endpoint. They lost that 16-13. That was back on the 8th of the 8th.
Okay.
Moving forward, they played NIP in Cologne, and they took NIP down on Vertigo 16-5. That's a big victory considering where we were pegging NIP going into that event.
Okay.
They followed that up with a Pro League victory over Ago 16-14. And then they had 3 consecutive losses. A 16-14 to G2, a 19-15 to Godsend, and then a 16-2 loss to Heroic.
Hold on. These pistols got a little scary for a second. See if Stown can maybe do any more damage, because that is costly.
I mean...
I'd love to see him take another gun away.
If 3 of them ignore him, unfortunately, Tizian and Zantares are staring at
This is
it.
like, nah.
Bye.
Good job.
Goodbye.
I was just wondering if there's a gap between those results, essentially. Is there time for them to go back?
Right.
Not necessarily 2 weeks, but I'm saying a week maybe, a little bit more time so they could go back and refine this.
6 days?
6 days. Okay,
Between
so
the
let's
last
say
time
1
they
week.
played it and now. And they would have known.
Okay.
They would have known that they would be playing it against Heroic here today.
Cool. Now, the one thing I do want to highlight again is, though, it's going to be very hard to kind of work out, is this a big swing up from Big saying, okay, yeah, or a Heroic actually in a really bad state at the moment?
I would say that, look, we could definitely point some of the woes that Heroic are feeling to the fact that this is their 4th tournament in a row. And look, getting burnt out or, you know, getting a little bit jaded about the whole situation at hand, it could come into play here. But it's difficult for us to be able to put our finger on that without having the players tell us themselves. Now, we can only mark them on the merit of the Counter-Strike in the server right now, and at least they've been quite clutchy and brawly, but they haven't looked as clean.
Oh, gosh, Zantares.
Melted.
Yeah, couldn't quite make it out of that. That initial damage on Cadian kind of becomes swept aside. It doesn't seem to matter as much anymore after that pick comes back in. Now, plenty of utility still with the Ts, but of course, plenty of players to wait there and greet them, and one of them quite close by, Tessus being one. Ooh, this is panicked from Cadian. That felt out of place. It felt mistimed almost. And the smokes go up, and now the side control is there.
Okay. Tabson, good opportunity, but caught in transition and re-smoking. Tizian will be able to maneuver now around it, but they've got nades for him as well. Doesn't look like a strenuous 7th round. Not when he's hitting shots like that. Quickly adjusted. 2-on-3, Keto. And Searson holding the flank for now. It's Keto who will be the first to check when the sound cue comes in. I'm not seeing any kits here, folks.
No, but Keto's probably dead to Nico. And the defuse hasn't been stopped.
Perfect. That is a dream outcome with a 10-second defuse and the retake.
So we did say opening kills or something we have to keep an eye on. In that round there, Zantares went down first to the Molotov. So if Big can have a gun round where they can pick up that first kill, we'll start being able to keep our finger on the pulse a little bit more, because we're in the throes of the gun rounds now, as both teams will have that back and forth economy swinging against them, as 1900 is the loss bonus for both teams going into round number 11. But round number 10, AWP out for Cadian, AWP out for Searson. The AWPers have what they need, the riflers as well, utility and the guns out here. Galil is the only real emission, and that's on Tabson. So Tessus, aggressive molly, spamming behind it. Just some speculative shots to see if any of the big players want to get inquisitive up behind that smoke. You can see Searson just hoping that somebody greets him right now. The AWP is over towards the A side of things on Cadian, watching that sandbag jump up line. A very, very tight angle, but a common one for the Ts. Very quiet stuff from Big here. Might catch Heroic on by surprise. Oh, he saw him.
He did indeed. Now, what do you do with this? Look at the damage being done, the nades, everything being poured into it. 1 minute on the board. Zantares is delivering. Cadian can't do anything. He was blind and burning at the same time. Down and Borup forced to fight, but they can't handle the pressure being thrown their way. That short control playing dividends. There's now the bomb to be planted, and Borup, he is a wonderful player when he's on, but I'm not seeing those mad headshots. I'm not seeing any of this. I don't see him finding a step back into the site.
Yeah, he's been having a rough couple of games in the last few for Heroic on this 3-series losing streak, about to be the 4th. And I pointed it out with Heroic just the other day as they did take on FaZe. They're on their longest lot of map losses that we have seen out of this entire team's history. Not the organization, just this 5-man roster. So they are in a bit of a rough spot at the moment. And the more Counter-Strike you play, the more information that becomes available. And to produce these high-level results week in, week out against the best in the world, who are also gunning for that #1 spot, gunning for the same trophies, gunning for your position, it's not easy. We haven't been able to see anybody really retain the crown over 2020 in the online era. It's been handed around to a bunch of different names.
I mean, I think the changing environment definitely opened up avenues for teams that probably wouldn't have been up there. But now I feel like we are seeing the resurgence of teams that you'd quote-unquote expect to be up the top. Your Navi's, Astralis back to potentially their full roster soon. I don't know when we see that come into action. You know, all the other teams, especially in Europe at least, starting to...
Vitality not showing some bad stuff either.
You good there, Rush?
Sorry, the box, MC just pointed out, the box said 7-3, and that happens to be the scoreline as well. Isn't that interesting?
That's very interesting. I wonder if that happens often.
Probably not often, to be honest.
Well, there's 5-0 behind you, mate. So next time the scoreline's that, you can pop it on the screen. We can be all around the place. When they hit A bomb site, you can show the A. Wow.
Wow.
I'm writing that down right now, actually. That's some nice stuff.
You know what I'm really excited for?
What's up?
First of all, is hoping the Big can win this round because you don't want them to losing to this saved rifle and just the pistols here. But, okay, it's getting dicey.
You don't really expect to see a US...
Hello. Searson's on his own here. Oh, and he's missed his shot. He needs a second chance, and he's missed it as well. That will be the end of Searson, and just a saved rifle. Just pistols. And now a clutch required from Xantares. This is not how he wanted it to shape up. It's a lot of responsibility. Nade does look destined for something. Does soften up Stow, jiggling now. The Xantares peak. Okay. Confirms one of them. Finds Borup. And the second. That is lovely stuff. 12 frags in total, but those two have great impact, saving Big Clan from potential disaster.
Yeah, had to really bail him out there, didn't he?
You don't get a peak named after you if you ain't going to try and, you know, do it a couple of times.
See that jiggle, though? Like,
oof.
He had to do it all in that round.
I thought Borup had him because he pushed forward a little bit after that molly. I was like, whoa, that's a deeper angle.
Xantares, man.
Gamer.
Yeah, his skill's hidden in that quiff. The higher it is, the higher he is on the scoreboard. 3-8, though. Big
Double AWPs.
Dorping on the CT side. Cadian having a little look. It's not a full commitment. And oh, that is Testers. Are you crazy? He drops down, wants to try and contain. It costs him a great deal. Searson's trying to work on the tiniest of slither gaps, and Searson actually catching good flak from the HEs. No one's gone down either.
They have to kind of patrol this heroic because last time Big just walked on up and then exploded on contact. That can't happen again. They will have to continue to jiggle or at least maintain some information. I think that's going to be in the hands of Cadian and Nico, as right now in swing will be Tassus. They're just spamming up. And meanwhile, they're heading over towards the B side. So, Borup, you're in business, my friend.
Let's see it, Borup. One nade, one flash. Sees absolutely nothing, but here comes the eyes of the operation. Stown leading over. Now all that util comes in. Borup flashed up, comes out, perfect timing. Another flash, catches it, can't do anything. Tizian commits to find it, but then offers himself up to a wide enough angle that Stown will be there. And now pressure mounting. Look at these fights, they are just guns out.
Collateral.
2-for-1 discount as Xantares again has to do this.
He can. More than capable. They'd have to peak together. And even then, oh, he gets them! They walk into the crosshairs, the Butcher, slicing another 2, and 9 found for Big Clan. This is getting sketchy. All of that hard work ripped out of them. Stown finding collateral, still not enough, as they both just present themselves one after the other like a queue. Oh, and the crowd likes that one.
So opening kills is something that's been looking a little bit better, right? Opening kills is something that has been looking a little bit better for Big in this matchup compared to when they played last time round. And the 1vx situations, I said it was 3-0 in favor of Heroic when they faced on the 1st of October. Well, right now, I'm pretty sure it's 4-0 in 1vx situations in favor of Big.
Well, there's those fights you were considering, that vertical axis being brought into play. I was like, wow, how have they boosted here? It's the camera angle, Lauren. Don't worry about it.
He's just floating.
Yeah, it was a very mobile camera like that. No static shots, of course.
Hello.
Oh. I was really happy. I got my first wall bang through that little yellow thing yesterday.
Yeah, I loved it. When it was, remember when it was wood and there was the gap and you could just drop straight on down and biff? That was always interesting. And then there was the whole thing you could drop down onto the bridge as the CTs if you took mid control, remember?
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. That did feel like it kind of caused the map to descend into chaos and unpredictability, but...
There was a door for a while as well.
So glad that's gone. Honestly, I think this Vertigo is probably the strongest one we've seen.
I think they could... I feel like this stairwell could do with a little bit of a shuffling. I don't know what I'd like to see from it, but I don't think teams have fully found how they want to play it either yet. So until they've worked out to fully exploit it, but at the moment, Bomb plant, no worries. This is where it could get fun, because they're just going to maybe throw their bodies at it. Don't know. Molly's still there. They've got util left on the T side, which is a problem. You can see Tizian can put another down. Siriuson's got one as well. So this might be a non-starter.
Yeah, Heroic. What are they going to do?
It's no fun for them today. I mean, you painted a picture of a guaranteed third. The only caveat to that was, of course, you know, there's the assumption that there could be a mental break.
I think they're broken.
Certainly seems like a broken squad.
Oh.
Just a bit of a break probably necessary.
Yeah.
The problem is to go out on this low, that's really going to sting.
Yeah.
And then having to come back, feel like you have to prove everything again. Whereas if, you know, they finished EPL and they weren't signed up for New York and they're like, okay, you know, this is fine. We finished top 3. They'd probably be quite happy. But now with the, you know, events that have gone on down and losing in this fashion, especially that phase loss, you know, that one's going to really sting because it's hard to really put our finger on where a lot of the teams are at right now. And phase were one for us that we haven't seen anything good from in some time. So to get beaten down in that fashion, to find yourself here getting destroyed by Big, who last time around you beat 16-2.
Yeah, it's a different look.
Yeah, Heroic probably really just feeling mentally out of this.
I imagine, yeah, it could just be something as simple as just straight exhaustion. And I'm not talking about just the Counter-Strike, I'm talking about everything. You wrap it up into a big parcel, your brain can only process so much before it's overwhelmed. Everyone's unique in that sense, but I definitely think it's not out of the realms of possibility that these guys, after, you know, the highs, followed by the extreme lows, followed by the middling success, but doing it with caveats and asterisks.
100%. And these guys aren't your veterans. These aren't the guys who've been there for the last 10 years. These are a couple of these, for sure, are still very new to this environment. And as you said, throw in that high and low, and you're in a very precarious scenario. However, back into this round, Big now making it double digits, a huge swing up in comparison to their previous performances, Chad highlighted before. Xantares does go down first. Opening kill does tip the way of Heroic for a start.
Yeah, it could get even worse for them. Tabson got tagged. They know he's there. Ooh, okay. Looks like they want to pull the plug on the aggression. Kito's been doing a pretty solid job, at least initially, on this B-Lurk. He knows what angles he has to hold.
Look how much of mid presence has been given up right here. They've already been able to boost on over.
Well, mid-B sounds banging.
Oh.
Tabson's just walked into a dry.
See if he can hold them there. So now mid can take control, but Stown, he's tucked on it. He's good for a couple here, surely.
Yep, that's the bomb, that's the round. It's just Quito. Does well to find the shot, but another
surely not another clutch.
No. Not with this HP. He's got 7 HP, Chad. That Molly could kill him if he's not too careful. Got a smoke grenade and a Molotov. Is he thinking about the move?
Go on, Quito.
Yeah, he is. So he's going to have a look, see if he can find... Oh, waiting for him.
Here.
And as he descends, so does the big chances of a 12th. It's not happening.
Oh, their money's not great either going into this final round of play. So a little bit worrisome for Big going into the final round of the first half here, but great stuff from Nico just playing this angle, dealing with a little cheeky peek from Quito. Now these clutches, they've meant a lot for Big. So if we roll on over to that other side of things, we already know they've had woes against the T side of Heroic. They're going to need to have done their homework because clutches is the key to these 10 rounds. Xantares with 2 big ones. Cadian is very, very ballsy here. It's the Deagles on the other side, just the pistols into the last round of play. Might be able to get a couple.
Yeah, looks good. He's unloading his mag, and he's only going to get the 1. Nice work from Tessus. He needed that. They're all contesting. He needs to reload. Nico completely caught out, and it could be the end for Tessus. In the smoke, though, he uses it just as it fades to great success. A 3 versus 2 Heroic, converting this early aggression into a potential round. The smoke deployed, though. 2 on the site. One way's not going to get him far. Nade might. Don't have to rush this. Quito, Tabson. Disadvantage, but time. 70 seconds for them to solve this puzzle together.
And Tabson's just hit the brakes for a second. Maybe you're going to let Quito ensure that the back is somewhat safe. Tabson, did he make a step? I feel like he did, but he's definitely caused enough of a paranoia that Borup has to consider elsewhere. Stown sits a little deeper and they play a little bit safer. Options become harder to create. Molly goes in. And they start the build. Ooh,
Oh,
not what you wanted.
loved it.
That was one of the only ones they had, so that could have maybe helped out that swing. Now not to be. Tabson trying to be self-sufficient, but this does look as though it will be a 10-5 half, which won't be too terrible. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Here we go. Tabson, though, going to do what he can to try and change those odds. Not going to happen. It was going to be Testis in the end to shut it down, but this scoreline doesn't look great for Heroic. We know they're diligent here, and they have to prove it one more time.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like a chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take.
Go to hell and back just to feel the fire.
Well, this is quite the battle. A 10-5 half, and it's on Vertigo, where most analysts and stats point towards a Heroic victory. It hasn't been the case, but that was on the defense. Heroic's T-side previously causing a lot of problems for big clans, so perhaps the same is possible once more. Taking a look at some of the Berlin International Gaming squad, as well as Nico at Happy at Home.
I'm nervous for Heroic, honestly. I do feel as though they can adjust their fate, though. I don't feel as though it's
you win the
impossible.
pistol, you win the first gun,
Right.
suddenly it's 10-9, and the whole first half is forgotten. Flash
Exactly.
and a frag.
Oh, that's not the way you'd have wanted it to go if that was the storyline
We
you
are.
were committing to, but it is Stown to try and equal those odds. Sisson still very present, but falls away from short, feeling a little too isolated.
Do you feel guilty when you miss those frags, Rush? Because it's so important. It's such a random guess.
Did I miss frags?
I don't know. Did you watch Stown's perspective on that double?
Well, no, but I got the people dying.
Oh, that counts. You're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that does count.
It does. You're right. Searson's got the frag and takes down Borup.
What's Gideon do with this? If he gets Searson, I guess it's... Oh, no, that's bomb spotted again.
Gets sketchy for
No,
Heroic
excuse
here.
me. Stown's got it.
I don't love this one
hate
and
this
done.
position.
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, yeah, change of plans makes better sense. Searson's got a bit of a one-on-one. He wins it cleanly. Cadian having the disadvantage of walking out of that smoke.
This is for the ace. 35 seconds. Bomb on his back. Impossible task ahead of him here. Stan, you're good. But are you this good?
I mean, they'd all have to peek one by one.
Hey, JW had a mistake made against him. I don't think Big's gonna do this.
Contact. Everyone peeks.
Yep.
11. Okay, so trouble starts getting spelled. We've got the T with the R, maybe even the O at this point.
This is worrisome right now. I wasn't getting into the pistol round. Let's see if the force buy from Heroic can net them anything, because if they can continue the force buy wars like they did in the first half and actually come out on top of Big, then we can still be on, because losing the CT side force buy is worse, right? You lose this, then it's $1,400 for the CTs to work with in the third round on the second half here. And as we get underway, you can see Deagles and Tech 9s are what's been opted for. 2 nades, and immediately Searson is just dunked on. Yeah, the nades off the beam there to deal with that aggression. You see it happening time and time again.
I rarely see it work. It's certainly not a double kill. I mean, sorry, a double nade. That's lovely. Searson, pantsed.
So they're actually, well, they were having 2 players push middle. Dropping all the way back now will be Tizian. Tabson clearing out middle, seeing nobody's home, but Keto needs to deliver a multi over towards the B site.
Oh, the timing. The timing's everything.
Double dink, nothing else. That's the problem. They're already pushed up on Gens. I don't know if Tabson's even aware of this. So many frags. Oh, wow. This force buy, it's falling flat. Xantares wants to save the day. The Deagle's hurt. The spray isn't that bad. He gets himself one.
Hello.
They are. The SMGs could pepper them, but it's still a problem. Utility deployed to close the gap. They want a boost here. I like it.
Oh, that's filthy. I cannot get enough of that.
Bomb's going A.
Cadian's making the space and Stown's following behind.
Okay, yeah, okay. So Caden's going to get a lot of space. He's actually pushed up all the way. This is actually very classic heroic maneuver.
Surely they've heard this. They must have heard all of this.
Bit too late now. TTs are miles away. Super disconnected.
Oh, Cadian.
I love this spot. It's like a headshot angle as well. Okay, so Tizian's walking up ramp, and Xantares, I don't know if you've got a chance here, mate. Yep, that's the end of that. Tizian's making a lot of noise.
Yeah,
that's clear where he's coming from.
Does he no point saving it.
Yeah, I mean, may as well try and make it costly. Confirms it's one headshot box. He hasn't got a kit. Fake would be great. That's not great at all. Down, does get caught. Nice work, but 10-second defuse. He needs the double dink instantly. Not realistic. So he's out of there. He'll scoop up that. There's the long-lost kit found by Cadian, taking so much space. And Cadian gets a lot of credit for this one. Oh, he's potentially vulnerable to that bomb blast. I think he'll just about get out in time. So that's the 6th. There we go. Heroic, not letting this T side start off too slow. A double kill, or double nade, I keep saying that. How do you think wrong? Start us off.
Cadian always seems to do that in the mid-rounds, right? He'll always take like a massive risk and gamble on taking all that other territory once they know where they are, because as soon as that boost kill comes in, he knows exactly where both of those players are. So going for that rotation, it was key to the round win there for Heroic, and we can see the force buy coming back out on the side of things for Big. So they're going to be opting for Deagles, Famus, and also a Scout. This is still dangerous for Heroic, but their T-side last time round was a 14-1 against Big, not that long ago.
Now, the deeper boost could have foiled this. Doesn't.
Good kill.
Very nice. Fades away quickly, too. Going to call for support from Searson. He
Another
actually
one.
double dipped on that. I'm surprised he went back for the peak on it. Stown more than aware. Does do a lot of damage to him, but damage doesn't necessarily equate to the kill at the end.
Well, there's a Famus available now to get picked on up, and I think Xantares just grabbed that. I believe he did. So now they've upgraded a rifle into the hands of Xantares, which is dangerous for the Heroic side of things, considering the HP of Stown, who's just going to lurk at the back of the pack right now. Oh, jumping up, the head's going to be spotted. Keto, too late to adjust, and Nico gets a bit of a freebie.
He's done his work.
Both, yeah. I mean, look at that. 3 players are 6 HP. 28 for Nico. Oh, it's good shots. And Xantares starts. Tess is just whipping back and forth, and he will get another. Maybe Borup's vulnerable too. He suspects it. And, good damage again. Now maybe Tizian's been handed a winnable round. They are low enough for his Deagle to be a one-shot kill.
And he's got a kit.
The first, you're right. Oh,
There's
good
a smoke
point.
on Xantares' body.
Looking for it. Hamas isn't going to cut it.
Oh, this is messy. Forward the bluff.
Got it.
Bloody hell. Oh, heroic.
Yikes. That was all Zentares. He was the can opener on that side. The kill he got over the top of the smoke there onto Nico was huge. And then finding that Jen's kill was even better. And the fact that that kit was carried across from Zentares' body in the previous round, that was huge. So this is the one I'm talking about here. Just getting the head there of Nico over the top of the smoke. This kill here.
He's so convinced. He saw that plant spot. He just knew Borup was behind that box. Lovely stuff. He inflicted the necessary damage for Tizian to come and finish this one off. You can see just body shots required, low HP. Big clan. These rounds, these XVY, yeah, that's pretty much every scenario.
1vx?
Yeah, thank you. These 1vx scenarios just going big clan's way throughout.
They've won a lot of them here today, and that is going to be the difference maker. We thought it was that case for Heroic over on Mirage, but they fumbled in the late stages. And now just continuing to lose these round after round. They will force buy back again. The force buy wars are on, and it's going to be the A approach. So very silent and big, Heroic even, but they're already up the ramp.
Yeah, looking for the transfer. Can't believe Nico's managed to get away with that. Nice work. Zentara's continuing to impress us, but he does go down. Now, that was the bomb fully spotted, so the rotate will be coming in. Keto and Tabson responsible for that. Cadian doing his usual nonsense that we don't have to really worry about him for a while. He's working on a flank. They've got a nade for that bomb plant. Interesting. I'm actually intrigued to know whether they take the bomb B here.
Well, they fake the steps on the rotation. Stound's going to be able to capitalize. I love that. And Keto's feeling a little out of sorts, I'm sure.
Yeah, it gets really awkward all of a sudden, doesn't it? They're taking the bomb to B. They've fully cleared it. Keto's somewhere on A. Stound's going to be sitting around waiting to lock him in. Cadian, again, leading by example with these space-finding maneuvers. And that's the end of that. Good shots. Heroic. Need more of that.
To big force buy again, like...
It's so... I mean, like, two of them are on a double eco, right?
Yeah, at this point, I don't know. I could make an argument both ways. You know, you could go for the all-in, get the force buy going, or you could finally concede. We've only had 4 rounds played here within this second half, and it's been a back and forth affair. Now, it is the $1,400 loss bonus that they're working with here, $1,900 into the next, and they are just going to take the eco. So, quite curious of a decision being made from Big Clan. This is an opportunity now for Heroic to get up to 8 rounds, start getting in striking distance. Oh, dear.
Creepy crawlies down the ramp.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Yeah, he was anti-flash as well. Like, he couldn't have done more.
No.
Everybody else is half HP, so he has done more than a chunk right there. Great stuff from Tessus. The call's going to come through. The plant should go down on the B-bomb site any moment. Cadian's going to get caught in limbo right now. Never mind. They've released the pressure on his position. Sirison from one angle, Tizian from the other. Cadian finding the timing. No way. Hello, Governor.
Oh. What is going on? Oh, this is weird.
Funny all round, that one.
Yeah. Is there a rifle or anything down?
Just that M4, so if he can continue into T-spawn, he will be met by Cadian, but...
I like the idea. I mean, it's a fun way to spend your eco.
Yeah, considering next round they only get 1,900.
Again!
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think... Okay, never mind.
What's up?
I was just going to say, I don't think that they can buy with this amount of money, right? Sirison could glass cannon AWP, but that means there's going to be SMGs or FAMASs coming out for the likes of Tabson, Tizian as well. Zentares could get the M4, A4, and have to have Kevlar there. Look at this, all the damage through smoke there, obviously. Only 2 kills, but he's done enough damage to get them across the line, and KDM mopping up that final one. So this should be another eco coming out of Big, and yeah, they will be conservative. So you could make an argument that the force buy in the previous, or at least a little bit of investment could have been warranted, but no, it's all right. Let's see what they can do on round 21.
Hayden, very aggressive considering the buy, and that's a byproduct of it. He goes down. Tizian just pushing the smoke. Sirison considering something aggressive as well, and Sirson's going to be told there's one right in front of him. Tabson spotted it. Oh, that's a shame. Sirson, rock in a hard place, goes down. 12-9 then. Just a question of how methodical they'll be. Tess is throwing an AK away just to maintain and retreat.
All right, well now things do start to get problematic for Big. If you heard us before and you've been joining us for the entirety of the series here today, last time round, Heroic beat them 16-2. It was the T side with a 14-1 scoreline that they were able to get across in a big fashion with last time. Now, Keto had a chance, goes missing. Will just be Tabson remaining in a 1-on-4 situation. This round should be sewn on up as round 21. It will be the third round in a row for Heroic here. They lost the pistol, they converted with a Force Buy, they lost the Force Buy back of Big, and now they've been able to string 3 back-to-back. Now, a big component to a lot of these rounds has been clutch plays. We've had a Tizian 2v1 Deagle round on that B bomb site, and more B action on their T side. Zantara is winning 2 back-to-back 2v1s, and they were keys to all those rounds on that first half for Big.
Bit of Counter-Strike news for you, Chad.
Yes?
Looks like Gen G is fully dead because Som just joined NRG Valorant.
Yeah, there was...
I'm a pet and
I'm
who
a
else
pet
went
plus,
there?
Daps.
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 Yeah,
Oh,
so
cool.
that leaves Bente, Automatic, and Kusta. And I know that there's some more North American teams which is going to be dying very soon. So some of those players might get scattered across to join Gen G. That's always possible.
NACS, man.
Well, it's a little bit of trouble.
It wasn't in jeopardy. It used to be a meme. Then there was this whole revival.
Yeah.
There was all those international competitions. The right players were getting the right practice. But then it falls foul to the same issues that those domestic leagues can have, which is when the quality of the competition is only at such a level, when you can deem international competition the magnum opus. You consider that the king of the video game. Then when international competition is the case and you have domestic leagues, your teams just don't cut it. Then the funding feels wasted, squandered, investors turn away, and a whole region can die. I mean, that's the reality. It's not something we're hoping for, of course. And
We've weathered this storm a few times before.
we've
so-
been there and done that, of course. And I certainly don't really judge any of the players that are making that decision, especially considering that you've been swinging and missing so many times.
Younger ones as well, especially Som, for example. He's not as tied to Counter-Strike as, say, one of these players who have been playing since they were 16. Som's, I'm pretty sure, only 17 or 18.
Younger.
So,
Yeah, precisely.
making a move to an FPS game where you can actually become a household name, why the hell not?
Bang.
Fighting for them.
Oh, there's a scary chance and a chance missed. Now, KD
Oh, that's
liberal
brave.
across. Yeah, and Tessis has actually just straight up won that duel. You can count on him here.
Giving away these opening picks, Big, they can't be doing that too much because last time around they lost opening duels 14-4 in the 16-2 loss. Need to see them finding some openings, and that would come through Sirison.
Only the one. Searson's got a lot on his plate.
I wonder how much more Xantares can do here. Searson does have a lot on his plate. Has to relent. Can't stick around there. Too much
Getting
pressure.
pushed,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you're right. Nico on short and everyone else getting so close by.
No nades here to stop this. It should just be the save from Big as soon as the bomb goes down. So at this point, Heroic will be going up to double digits unless Sirison could do something magnificent. Tabson's actually taking the round into his own hands.
Yeah, just pushed in, catches
Wow.
short, and now suddenly Heroic have to change their plan. Just like that, the tempo changes. They make a couple of steps. It's certainly audible. Keto returning to B now.
I can't believe they didn't just go into the site there. This is problematic now for Heroic.
Is this them overthinking? I guess we can answer that with which way this goes down and how clean this may be. I do feel as though they had the gateway very much open.
God, Keto, we really need to not die.
If he gets the quad in time, he's fine. There's no
Safe.
utility to deal with him here. So if he just tucks in and he just needs one kill, slow down the plant.
Let's see how well he plays this. It's all about timing, 20 seconds. If he waits too long, he just gets killed, no trade. If he stops the plant, brilliant. Oh, they've wallbanged it. He does take one with him. Trade comes in, but he's bought a bit of time. Bore up now with the plant, trying to go down. Stound's keeping him covered. Nice work from Stound. And now just Searson in the 1v2.
Nice try. Borup, though, saving the day. And Heroic thought they might have been overthinking that one a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, Money's in trouble. Bigger in trouble right now.
Just thinking you've got a couple of players loose now if Complexity need an additional. They want to go keep it sort of like...
No, I don't think... so Genji need a team for the Flashpoint League.
Oh, yeah, so I
I'm
guess
pretty
it's
sure
them
they will
filling
get two
out.
more players.
Yeah.
Then also they just brought Ben Ted across. So I
makes sense to
don't think
rebuild.
they would just completely capitulate at the moment, but it's not looking great for them going forward. So let's...
Same for Big Clan, really.
Yeah, they are in a lot of trouble. The money situation is not great. They will get the loss bonus of 3,400 in the next round to be able to buy, but we need to start seeing them get opening kills because Heroic are clawing this back with ease. And you can see Borup here Flash comes through, doesn't, well, it's a smoke actually, doesn't really do a lot, and another opening in the favor here of Tassus over towards a ramp.
And the longer this goes on, I feel, the more reminded Heroic are going to get that we aren't a shaky team. We don't lose this map to big, and things start to feel right again. The more this starts to build the narrative back for them, the confidence will start to grow, and things may fall slightly better into place. Now, Quito, again, going to be called upon in a wildly unfavorable scenario. Gets spotted at. Calls didn't clearly come through quick enough of his position. However, the trade was there, but the rotations have come in, but they're very low HP. So Xantares unable to convert anymore. We are back almost level pegging at this point. Heroic have posted themselves up some good numbers here. How much is this run now on the T side?
We've got 5 on the trot right now. So at this point, when we consider the scoreline that came down last time, Big must have put their CT side in review. What went wrong? How can we fix it? Where can we find some opening jewels? What are some cheeky little plays that we're able to go for? And maybe Xantares picking up the AUG could be the answer. We're going to need Sirison on the AWP to find an opening. Only 13 kills to his name right now. Xantares in those clutches with 24, and then Tabson, you have him at 19. They need to find one of these openings, or at least dictate some of the pace here, Big, because at the moment, Heroic are looking fantastic. Only 2 rounds on their CT half here for Big Clan so far. And after that first half, it was looking so fantastic. They're going to be disappointed. It is a team effort once again for Heroic. This was the same fashion in how they beat them last time with a much different scoreline. But it was a team, it was everybody. Everyone was firing on all cylinders. Nobody went negative throughout in terms of the KD. And here, obviously, there's some players who are negative in the KD, but they're all in the good range of fragging right now. Double AWP. So Quito bringing out a secondary. Will be wielding that towards the B side.
If you wanted a path to an opening frag for the CT side, I can't help but feel double AWPs is the way to do it. I will be intrigued. Especially considering Quito's taken that to that B site. It does mean that they don't have to really fret. You can see the angle he's holding is specifically designed to catch anyone solo investigating. They jump on that sandbags. They are dead meat. And that's where Nico's heading. Hello. Goodbye. Great shot.
There's an opening.
That's an opening kill from the double AWP. There you go. Bingo was his name-o.
I have to convert this though, Big. These are coming few and far between, these openings. So a very important one right now. They cannot let this slip through their fingers.
Timing's going to be quite critical here. It looks like Gideon's got the angle, so Tizian has to be...
Don't do it.
Oh, Tizian. Dry peeking back into that is a little bit...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been having his fair share of woes on these fights. Doesn't seem like he's quite got the read of the flow. Giving them ways back in where you really didn't need to. Molotov's going to force them back.
Good harassment here over towards the ramp. It's keeping 2 interested, and you can see that corralling now was Heroic back down through the connector over towards the B side of things. Quito tucked on in towards the quad position with the AWP. He was found out here before, but he was playing more of a goblin role. Now he's playing a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, but the thing is so he's holding this line. It's the right IP, it makes a lot of sense. The issue is, with 20 seconds left, they can just flood into the site on that left side. And
Is the other AWP there?
Sirison's close. Yeah, he's on construction right now. 12 seconds.
That's enough of an indicator. Quito readies himself. First shot found. Attention drawn. Quito hits the other. The AWPs are doing it all.
Plant.
They can't plant. Could die after time. Oh! Lucky to go down just before that clock struck 0. Triple kill.
Well, Tizian was the only one to go down there, and that was with a peek over towards that short area onto Cadian. So when we look at this round, the opening comes in the favor of Big, and they're able to convert, and convert quite cleanly. So that's the key. Now, if I know I'm going up against double AWPs and I'm Heroic, I think I would be looking for a bit of a pace change. And one of those pace changes that we've seen from them in the past is just up the gut, straight through middle, basically over construction into CT spawn as quick as you like. Let's see what they opt for here, because Big are looking like they might be able to steal this map pick away. We're underway, and it is middle, but it isn't fast. Cadian getting boosted up and over, has to deal with Sirison, and he gets the timing, the angle, and the shot, but misses.
Oh, that's going to be one that haunts him. That could have been such a big beginning. One of those AWPs removed straight away, mid-open, rotations feeling harder. Not to be. However, let's see what Heroic do. Now they can pull themselves back to where they want to go.
He's so ready to fight, is Tizian. No one can call him a passive player.
Tension clearly looks like A right now. We can see Nico getting that bomb, heading back over with the remainder of his crew. Utility's quite light. Tizian, he can spoil this here. As soon as he drops the smoke, that'll delay them for roughly 20 seconds. Molotov lands, and that's going to be the cue for his smoke grenade. So Tassis will probably try and play in this, or at least use it to his advantage. tabseN trying to disrupt, and here comes the hit.
Oh, sketchy sprays, and Tara's with the all-in. And tabseN goes down too. Looking great for Heroic to change things as Tizian.
Oh!
Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
Save. They have
Great
to.
double.
2 orbs.
Survival integrals. Tizian, or rather syrsoN, straight through the smoke. Does find one, but yeah, double orb retake. You're right, Chad. That's no fun for anyone.
And the money's not great over there on the big side of things either. They're going to get the $2,900 loss bonus coming through. They posted their first round, and then they lose the next. So out of the last 7 rounds, Heroic have won 6. And in this half here, they will have won a total of 8.
Yet they still trail, but it is closing in. This is getting to end of the game. It'll be 12 on the board, just one behind, and the money is going to be a curious one now for the CTs.
Yeah, at least the double orbs are saved across. syrsoN will be able to drop one, and Keto can drop a FAMAS. tabseN and Zentara should be able to buy themselves. So that FAMAS might not be needed, but they should drop a gun across to Tizian unless he's going to rock and roll with a SMG of some variety, or buy a FAMAS of his own. But you wouldn't mind utility if you're one of these A defenders. It's very important when you're an A player. You need that smoke, you need that Molotov to slow down the ascent of the T's coming up the ramp, and that's been a key area. So they need to find a pick. They need to find it fast. They have invested. The buy looks good. This pace, it's a bit different from Heroic. Over towards B quite quickly. Nico leading the charge. Gets singed by the flames just there, down to 84 points of health. tabseN's actually greeting Keto over towards the B side. So they have a 2-man stack. syrsoN lean towards middle, and it is the B finish.
Oh, this is scary. tabseN's going to have to do a lot of work here.
This could be huge.
If he looks over, he might.
He can spoil this.
Spots it, and he's just...
Oh, no!
Oh, bang. Oh, that is an embarrassing feat. And now Keto flashbanged. He's going to get eliminated.
Burrup's
Already
in.
pushed up. Burrup's pushed in. This is Big Clan just dissolving and disintegrating before our very eyes.
Surely this is Heroic back in the game. They have to save 3 rifles right now. They can hunt, and Stown's already locking them in. Tizian, he's going to go down. Now it's taking the AWP and the AUG out of the equation. They're locked in. Chase is coming through CT spawn. Elevator's room is under control. Stown dealing with Fork room. That molly, it's fallen off the map, but he still patrols and controls the escape route. Zentaris has to make this frag to alleviate some pressure. He will, but ow. Burrup's passed. Burrup might be able to take down Zentaris and Cadian. Ooh, okay. They're doing a good job. They've held on to this. Cadian's coming.
Oh, no.
Definitely all no.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Well, he only saves the AUG, so the fact that they lose the AWP, that's a kind of big deal. You can see the money situation with the max loss bonus coming on through, 4.9, 4.9, if those 2 AWPers want to buy the AWPs again.
Oh.
The thing is, he just didn't land up on the ledge. You know, I think with that elevation, if tabseN had just waited there and not gone so aggressive, he still would have won that fight.
Sure.
But that spam, and it was all over. Burrup with 2 big entries onto that B bomb side, and now, well, yikes. The purchase here from Big, it's questionable. If they buy, they do have enough to make it work, but if they lose this, it's going to be 3,400 round after round until the game is over in the favor of Heroic. We do have a bit of a pause coming through. Zentara's actually saved the AK and not the AUG, so he opted to upgrade there into the best weapon on the T side of things. And it will just be a partial investment. tabseN, Deagle, Kevlar, Tizian, what's he going to buy? Get himself a Deagle as well. Kevlar in the mix. And it's going to be almost Deagles across the board. syrsoN will be going with a P250. They all have smoke, so at least they can try and push Heroic around the map. But back towards B they go. And Zentaris with that AK-47, he started in middle. He's going to be hugely influential. So keep your eyes on Zentaris. 27 kills.
Yeah, he's in the right place for this. It just has to be the right time, and he's removed. Nico's outdone him. Rifle falls to Keto. Dead. Nico again. These guys are now kicking in the door. They've had enough of this narrative from Big. This opens up that potential for the 3rd map now.
Who told Zentaris that standing on the box gives you an element of surprise? He's tried it multiple times now, and he just ends up sticking out like a sore thumb. It's cost him twice. That was the hero rifle. Great shots, of course, by Heroic. syrsoN quite the opposite. Doesn't quite find the head.
The 3rd for Nico in the round, so big entries onto that site. I think, you know, Zantara's taking those audacious fights, those very aggressive fights. We know he can be a great player, right? There's no question marks there. But when you're playing that AK so aggressively, you have to hit that first shot. Yep. And there's so many angles to look at. You see the way Heroic do it, an individual coming up the stairs and around the outside. So breaking the rules there. I'm sure the site manager wouldn't be happy with the way that Nico gets up to those stairs. That's a clean round here from Heroic. 14 on the board. They've taken the lead, and they're looking good to close this one out. Here's the double peak coming on through with Borup and Nico, and then continue on the outside. Look at that.
Oh, Nico's so crisp, isn't he?
Yeah, just able to... This was Nico. And now at this point, got to be sitting here questioning, do Big have anything left in the tank? One AWP coming out. Sirison, 17 kills. Can he find some impact? Because we need an opening for Big here if you want them to have any fight left in Vertigo.
There's 5 rounds on the trot for Heroic, a break in it, and then 3 now off the back. It has been quiet from the CT's aggression, though, shown by Keto, but no conversion.
Lots of pressure on Sirison here. So when these smokes fade, Tessus will be down the bottom, ready to take a fight.
Oh, he's back. Habson. This is scary times. Now, he's seen all this, he's heard all this, but he sees none of it. Now, Tessa's just found Searson, so this might turn the events of what we see now unfolding in front of us.
Tabs pushes, Nico has his number.
We're going to need some hero-level performance from Xantares if he keeps pressuring this issue.
Flash came out, he didn't see anything, so it's wasted utility right now, and Big, all they can do is really stand and fight. The last smoke being dropped over towards his A side of things. Tabson, he's ages away with that smoke and molly combo. 35 seconds now.
Backs a turn to short.
They're boosting this late.
What's going on? Shorts, you're going to get pushed from short if you're not careful. Sound cute.
Yes, there's a double here, surely.
Feels that way. Yeah, okay. Big clan. CT side woes continue here. Like a lost puppy. Tizian. Gonna get pushed here.
Bomb's going B.
Didn't expect that either. Yeah, the B push taps him.
Oh no!
Potentially, they're running out of time. If he stops that bomb, he just needs to survive after this.
Oh!
Has saved the day. He was getting pushed from every angle. It was a hard round for Tabson to win, all things considered, but a real chance presents itself. Heroic playing a dangerous game, but the dangerous game, the risk meets the reward. It's 15 found, and after what was a 10-5 half, Big Clan have been very lackluster here on the defense. This was not my favorite.
I don't understand the boost that late. Like, if you want information, sure, but there was so much pressure being applied, and you must know that these fakey boys, they love a little bit of a fight. So 15 on the board for Heroic right now as they keep themselves in this one. Back underway. Sirison with the scout this time. He's finding no success over towards this ramp, and we've seen AWPers with woes on this in the past. There's an opening, finally.
Ah, yes, the classic.
You see that one every day of the week.
Yeah, he might even get another here. That surely you don't re-peak again. He is a very peaky boy. Mr. Sirson. Everybody. But now with the ramp retreat, they concede that part of the map, but at what point will Big start to rotate elsewhere? Because sometimes they just tend to sit still. And that's quite the opposite of what Heroic tend to get up to. So they've shown face ramp.
I like the boost.
Rotating in is positive. The boost, beneficial. He doesn't have to move from there. That's exactly what they need from him. If he gives them a fight, oh, that's unnecessary. He's going to have to drop off now.
Well, that's been enough to dispel Heroic from middle here. And with 45 seconds left, we saw how Dicey got in the last round with time. And this time it's back over towards A. So postured forward still. Sirison, can he tag them up anymore? The flashes are about to come on through, and this is probably the final intent of Heroic here. Flashes are good. Tag is good. But Cadian will take down Sirison. Look at spoiler at Sandbag. It is Tizian.
Yeah, they got 3 mollies, though. One of them should go there. It's down unawares, continues forward, loses life. None of the mollies got invested yet, but there's a split, and Keto. Whoa, these trades are so scary. Cadian and Borup below. The plant should come in, but bear in mind, Cadian is not here.
Abson's got a real shot here. He's going to get as much ground as he can as the smokes are still up. He's pushing in. He finds Borup. Cadian to clutch. He can do it. 2 more to find. Looking for Tizian on the close wall. He takes him down. The bomb's planted for him. Heading the B steps. He's got time. Zentares to clutch once again on that box he loves so much, but now it's a favor for the AWP. Jiggles gets the info and the frag. That's huge from Zentares. He keeps their dreams alive. And Big Clan trying to take us into overtime. Zentares, they're thanking their lucky stars that he has the aim and the brain, getting the necessary done. Oh, brother, was that close. Heroic again with these damn B finishes. Tizian lucky to not be Molotov'd out, getting the necessary frag. That's a good shot from Cadian as well.
Love this as well. Pushing up on it, trying to displace any sort of comfort they could have had.
Yeah, just straight wallbangs him. Great work.
Very lucky there,
But it gets awkward though, doesn't it?
But he keeps winning the clutches on the B side. On the T side, it was those 2 back-to-back 1v2s, and here with a big one right there onto Cadian that was almost a 1-on-3. But this is the pace change. Look at this, fast straight up the guts.
Dison's not there, I don't think. Actually, yeah, he's AWPing B.
Did you just wallbang him?
Looks like he hit one.
Oh, the pressure.
That is now
How is he
flooding
so
in.
far?
No one is here, and they are all dying. Searson has to meet every single one. And this should be heroics all day long. Tizian and Zentares trying to play this back through. Tizian's about to be caught out. Apparently not. Nico dies and it's game back on, but I just can't see how they find the next footing here.
Yeah, the push-up from Tessus looks like it's a round winner. Tizian, are you ready for that? Oh, he wasn't. Now Zentares has to try and clutch up again. Can he really do it twice? No. Cadian says no. It's 16-14. A spectacular T-side comeback takes the Danes to a third. They will not bow out quietly.